What's up, guys? This is Teresa, Divine Frequency. I was gonna make a swanky ass video for y'all today, and then I realized that was gonna take a whole lot of time. So I decided that I'm gonna talk at y'all for 5 minutes instead. So let's get right into it. Katy Perry is dropping a new album tomorrow. Who's excited? Woo woo! None of us. Yeah, none of us. Anyway, so Katy Perry is dropping her new album tomorrow. It's called Witness. I don't know if y'all have seen her new single out, but it's called Bon Appetit, and it is just about the most terrifying music video you'll ever see. It's horrible. It's cringeworthy. She's literally taken from a piece of plastic, like she's a piece of meat, unwrapped as though she's a piece of meat, by a group of men, and she's wearing this like skin-colored leotard, and they're like kneading her like she's bread. It's awful. They put her on a cutting board, and then they push her through what appears to be a doorway, which, as we know, is like, you know, Illuminati symbolism for going through the gateway to like
could not seem to spit this out in my video. So the occult symbolism is the gateway to power of enlightenment that's shown in this video. So the Egyptian god Horus is represented by the all-seeing eye, and the initiate goes through the gateway to enlightenment, and then the eye of Horus is opened. So the initiate must go through the gateway, die, and then be
like seeing
reborn.
Eye stuff, like, you know,
so
whatever.
Anyway, back to your regularly
she goes to the
scheduled
gateway,
programming
right?
of me
And then
ranting
they
at
put
you.
her into some boiling hot water, and then they take a blowtorch and they torch her tongue, right? Monarch programming. You can't talk now, you know, you're one of the sex kittens. Are you kidding me right now?
They also chop her hair off. And historically, the female hair represents sexuality and femininity. The longer the hair, the more passionate, the more untamed. And Katy Perry is stripped of this in this video.
It's just like, honestly, this video is so bad that it's so in your face that at some point everyone's gonna be like, you know what? This is like, it's not even entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is disgusting. These people, these poor people, I feel bad for Katy Perry. Like, give me a break here. I mean, I guess she authorized it, but seriously. Anyway, so if we talk about the end of the video, she's literally like, she goes, like she's gonna be served to what looks like a group of elites at a strip club, and then at the very end of the video, it shows her sitting at a table with a bowl of human body parts, and that's how it ends. Anyway, that was crazy, and I'm like, what? And the name of this album's Witness, and if you go to her Instagram account, you can see all of what she's been posting lately.
Katy Perry is crying out as a witness of her own life. This says fly on the wall. She's a fly on the wall of her own life. She feels completely dissociated and detached from her own existence.
You can see the track listing, which she posts next to her with like a shard of glass with her eye in the shard of glass, which is another blatant MK Ultra fragmented personality, multiple personality thing going on, where they're like, oh yeah, this is just a shard of me because I am an MK Ultra victim. They throw it in your face so much. It's insane. Anyway, if you look back, I'm sure all of you guys have already done this research, but I'm just going to touch on it briefly. MK Ultra, with Project Monarch, all that stuff going on, started probably back in, like, I'm guessing World War II times with the Germans, and then you had, like, Paperclip come over, and then they're, like, doing all this mind control focus on like NLPs, neuro-linguistic programming, and then you have MK Ultra happen, and so they're like doing all this like mind control on people, where they're essentially they're fragmenting through trauma their personality. So if you have some kind of trauma that occurs, you dissociate from it, your psyche covers up the trauma, and then your personality is fragmented. And they do this to create what's called dissociative identity disorder. DID is, I think, what it's called. And they do this in the music industry. There are lots of them. I mean, you can go down this rabbit hole. I'm sure a lot of you have, but Katy Perry is sort of like the main one right now, and that's why I wanted to bring her up, especially because the album's coming out, so that when people go, oh, I love that new song, you can be like, smack! No, you don't like that new song. Turn that shit off. Turn it off. It's bad for you. Bad for you. Anyway, yeah, so let's take a quick trip down memory lane with Katy Perry. I wrote down, okay. She got super famous in 2010 when Teenage Dream came out. That is obviously about pedophiles. We're not going to go there. 2011 was when that E.T. song came out. Extraterrestrial. That one, I actually sort of like that song. But anyway, 2012, Wide Awake comes out. This video is so blatant. They are throwing this Monarch programming in your face. It's literally a music video. I encourage you to go watch it. She's telling a story of her life. In the video, she's like holding hands with herself as a child, and she's talking about how she wishes she had not gotten into the mess she's gotten herself into. And she goes up to a mirror, she looks into the mirror. The mirror is a very common symbolism for like what happens when you're like looking into yourself, and then they like fragment, they shatter the mirror a lot of times, which symbolizes the personalities breaking off and fragmenting. And they do this through trauma. And it's in the video, you can see what looks like this really creepy guy that looks like kind of devilish is standing on the other side of the mirror, and he's like, heh, I'm gonna get you. And she's like trying to hide this girl behind her, which is her as a child. It's creepy, and it gets worse. Just watch the video. So that happened in 2012, and she's obviously crying out saying like, oh man, I messed up. This was a horrible idea. There's no going back now. Who knows what she had gone through? Who knows what the elite had put her through by this point? Because with the trauma-based mind programming, I don't even want to know what happens behind closed doors, but you can keep going down these rabbit holes. You could uncover a lot of that stuff, but we're not going to go there. In December of 2013, Dark Horse comes out. Now that was some really creepy stuff, because she started performing that on stage at places, and she's got like the whole like devil stuff going on, and the flames, and like scary people in black suits, and it's like, what is Katy Perry getting into? What is she getting herself into? And the lyrics to that song, do you want to play with magic? Girl, you should know what you're fighting for, or I don't really know the whole song, but basically like warning her, like, are you sure that you want to do this? Because I'm going to come at you like a dark horse. And then she's like, oh, well, too late. Here I am. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we have, what comes next? Oh, February of 2017, Chain to the Rhythm comes out. And that song is her being like, hey, guess what? Everybody is mind controlled. You are all hamsters in your wheel, and you just listen to this crap, and we're throwing it right in your face, and you're too stupid to realize what's going on. And she performed this, and it shows her, like, I don't remember where she was performing it. The only reason why I know she performed it was because I was driving to work and I was listening to the radio, and they were like, oh, Katy Perry was performing last night, and they were talking about it. I don't know where it was. Must have been on TV. I don't watch TV, so I don't know. But she was in a cage, and there was like a fence that was like up real high, and one of the anchors on the radio show was like, I didn't get it. I mean, I like her song, but I didn't get it. And then the guy was like trying to he's like, okay, well, they're explaining that like we just are happy in our cages, and we don't really like see the full breadth of what's going on, that we're just like kind of comatose and limit. And the woman was like, oh, I just didn't understand that. I didn't get that. So anyway, Katy Perry was doing her best to like trying to be like, hey guys, here it is. And some people just don't get it. Or that, but whatever. So that happened. Then we have April 28th of 2017 was when Bon Appetit came out. That creepy shit. Check it out. Oh my god, it's horrible. But I do want to say something. There were 1 million likes on the video today, and I noticed that there were like, I think it was 348,000 dislikes. And I was really excited about that. Because I'm thinking, maybe at some point we're going to shift and realize, like, as a collective, hey guys, this is not cool, we're not okay with this, nobody likes this stuff. Like, I know that, like, it seems to me like the formula for the music is very specific, tried and true. I'm a musician myself, and I've done a lot of research into music theory, and they know how to, the elite, or whoever's in control of this music industry, they put it together in a certain way to where these songs are super catchy, and it gets in your head, and it's easy to listen to, and people jump on board. They're not even listening to the words, but it's seeding their consciousness with what's being said. And that's the crazy part, is that you really have to be careful with what you put into your body, and you have to be careful because it goes into your spirit, it goes into your subconscious. You're constantly taking an input wherever you are, whether you like it or not. So when you're listening to these songs, it's programming you. When you're watching these videos, it's programming you. You have to be very, very careful with what you're taking from them. Anyway, sorry, went off on a rant there. But anyway, yeah, Katy Perry's dropping her album. So make sure that you are on top of what's going on in these industries across the board, so that you know that you can kind of help people out when they're like listening, they're really into Katy Perry, and you can be like, yeah, maybe you should listen to something else. Anyway, it's crazy. Don't eat people, y'all. Don't eat people. That's the moral of the story today. Jeez. Yeah, with the news story coming out, with the elite using the baby's blood to stay young, and then you've got this Katy Perry video, and they're like eating people. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening, y'all? Just stay vigilant and don't eat people. Boom. All right, if y'all have anything to talk about, if you have any thoughts or whatever, ideas for videos, please email me at thedivinefrequency@gmail.com. Bye.